All right, ladies and gentlemen. Well, I've got good news and I've got bad news. The good news is that we're right back up here, kind of still holding pretty closely at about this 67,000 level. That's the good news. The bad news is we just had a big sell off a couple days ago and everyone's scared it's going to happen again. Welcome to Altcoin Buzz Trading. I'm Randy, and that's the situation that we're going through right now. And I do have a couple altcoins to talk about today. We'll talk about Solana, Injective, and FET. Fetch, yeah, fetch.ai, looking pretty good right there. But let's start with BTC here. This is one of the harder things that will happen to you in trading, is a big shakeout that doesn't really take the market away from you. It'd be a clear answer if we were to dive back down to the 50,000 levels, right? That'd be pretty clear that this was a done move, but we're not that clear. We bounced right back up. We're within a stone's throw from that all-time high, less than 4% away, and we're not going anywhere. So technically that is bullish action. Until it fully fails, you have to be ready to buy through this 69,000 level. It's just the way that it works. So if your emotions have been thrown left, right, and sideways, that's okay. In a way, this is designed to do that to you. So what do you do about it? You have to realize that and try to throw those emotions aside. Maybe take a step away for a little bit from the charts, regather yourself, go do something fun, actually laugh, and then come back to it. Hopefully the market's in a stable place, and then you can go with it when it's ready. But the point is, you have to go when the market's ready, not when you want to go. Like, you're like, oh, we're going to go, I'm going to jump in now. Well, in your head, you're right. On the chart, you're not, because it's not doing anything. It's just been going sideways here for 24 hours. So regardless of what you think is going to happen, that's why all the great traders wait for the move to happen. They wait for a signal. They all have the opinion that you do, right? We all have the same opinion. We do think it's going higher, but they're waiting for the signal that it actually is going higher. Okay, and that's the key thing. It's a bit like trying to talk to a girl who has never seen you before, and you sure wish she'd smile at you. Well, let's wait till Bitcoin smiles at you, then you can make your approach. But right now in these markets, we're doing that. We're waiting for the smile. We're waiting for something. We could roll over. We could go back, and I talked about testing this whole range right here. Could go back down and test that range. The holding of a low can instill some confidence, so that's a good thing. And then going through this level is also pretty darn confident, so that's a good thing. Right now we're getting none of that, so it's a little hard to do anything, which means you shouldn't do anything, and you're just waiting for the market to do something, which is fine, absolutely fine. Waiting is the hardest thing you're going to do in this whole job, is sitting without positions for periods of time. Very hard for us to do, but we need to do it. All right. So BTC, that's BTC. Next up is Solana. Solana, a little bit trickier, even a little trickier than BTC. So you can see here we broke from this large cup and handle. So we're in an uptrend, okay? Box one checked. We're in an uptrend, consolidation, big crazy shakeout. And then this one is going into highs. So do I buy this here? Well, as you can see, there's a bunch of wicks up here. My volume aggregation tool shows the buyers are kind of eroding away a little bit, but the price is still wedging higher. So how do you approach this one? Well, this is a little bit more tricky than Bitcoin because we're going up on low volume. Typically not something you want to indulge yourself in, but this is Solana. So what do you do here? This is trickier. This is much trickier. Ideally, you wanted to buy as this rebroke the 132.81. That's the ideal scenario, because we did come up here and form a little cup. Now, I talked to you guys here, this red candle yesterday. The market looked like this. So pretty much you were dumb for not buying then. No, I'm kidding with you. You're not dumb for not buying then. Nobody would have bought that candle, for crying out loud. But if you were astute and patient and waited, you would have noticed this small cup consolidation, and that the 132 was still valid. We respected that a little bit later in the day towards the end, and then we did rally through on a buyable candle. So this is a good scenario to buy. This candle you can buy. Up here, a lot harder to buy because we are finding resistance at this prior high. And so if we do reject this, this is going to be a selling with your stop at whatever high gets put in right there, okay? So that's really where we're at right now. A little bit too high to buy, because from here to here, we're already up 6.4%. That's too high to buy back in, especially when you're sitting at resistance. So even this one, you want to wait a little bit. You want to see bigger volume come in. You want to wait for these wicks to go away. Hopefully we'll consolidate, but it could just go up and you may have to go. It may have to go without you. if you don't have a position already. That's the wise thing to do. If you have to buy it, for those of you that do buy it, I just want to give you my advice. My advice is don't buy it. If you do, you got about a 4.25 stop loss to these lows here from just over the open. That would be my advice. My advice is not to buy it. If you have to buy it, can't stop yourself. First of all, buy it smaller, maybe a half position size. Second of all, put your stop right there. But I advise against it. Next up is Injective. Injective really never did anything bad because we never got into this one to begin with. It failed the 44,962 when it tried last week. And there's the shakeout all the way back down towards the low. So that's a really nice print for this particular chart at least. This solidifies this and really anchors this level right here, as well as this low yet again after multiple times of being tested. This one could try to go, as it really wasn't as damaged. You don't have the psychological baggage you do with a Solana or a BTC going all-time highs. This could just go up. And at this point, I'm sure a lot of people have forgotten about Injective, but we haven't. And it's a big, beautiful base, gorgeous, gorgeous base. And the longer this goes on, the better it is. So the fact that this is like another week past is actually, I think, a good thing. So this is potentially really actionable as long as the market holds. And then FET, this thing has been on just a beautiful little run here all the way from the 31-cent level. We're at 2.66 right now. Alert at 2.85, almost 2.86, and a nice consolidation right now. So we had a nice little sideways resistance level right there. Breaking up, volume looks really good, nice consolidation. This is something I think you could feel comfortable getting into or adding on if you want to. I think your stop on this one is the low of this. So this first red candle right there, I think that could be your stop in this consolidation. And if you want to buy this lower, I don't think it'd be too bad. This is about a 5% stop loss. You always want to go a little bit over, or in this case under. You want to put your stop under the candle, and it's this first red candle we're looking at right there. So that's where you want to put your stop under that. But if you pull in a little bit lower, get that stop a little bit tighter, and then you have less damage done if it does fail. Because keep in mind, if you're buying a low, anytime you buy a low, there's no guarantee it's going to work. The low can get broken immediately. Okay, so you have to keep that in mind. But usually if you can find yourself with a 1 or 2% stop loss, you can do that three, four times and not get damaged too badly. But if you do those in a good market environment, you usually end up with a good result. And this is a decent market environment, so I think you could try it, especially on this chart. All right, guys, that's all I got for you. Like I said, a little bit of a tricky market. Take the best signals. Don't do that much if you don't have to, and you don't have to. So wait it out, see what's going to happen. But you have a couple of opportunities out there if you want to take them. So all right, guys, have a great day. I'll see you tomorrow on Altcoin Buzz Trading.